draft, there are a few characters I'd like them to lock in. Number one amongst them is Omen. Chaser and Sun on Omen. There is a 76.5% win rate for the character Omen at the AWC going into today. Chaser and Sun both play him extraordinarily well, and it's perfectly poised to do what Korea needs to do, which is penetrate into the backlines and shut down the North American damage dealers who are hiding there.
Well, let's see. North America going to start off the bans here with the Zenial. Korea going to be answering, of course, with the Superman on the red side.
Getting the Superman out of the way is good. I almost put Zenial in exactly the same category as Superman these days. A must ban for any fair matchup.
Well, for America, it's going to be Aram, our second ban coming out.
The Bald Eagle doesn't like people who have the ability to put it in a cage.
Literally also tigers and lions and beasts. You don't want. I don't think the eagle wants to mess with a kitty cat.
The analogy extends. Aram is very, very powerful, once again, particularly at shutting down individuals who want to be high mobility, want to be staying loose and fast.
I'm liking this from Korea because they've done their research. Pew loves to play the Lindis, and they're going to actually take it away from him. That was one of the key picks I wanted to look at for North America if they were able to secure the first pick.
Pew's Lindis play is absolutely spectacular, and it's not really played by the opposing marksman jungle player. Rush really favors Violet. Violet or Fennec are the two you're most likely to see. If North America wants to win, maybe you get that Violet over onto the NA side.
Wow, okay. North America, they got rid of Teamy, but I want to take a quick look at Korea because they were the ones to actually ban away the Omen.
We were talking up the Omen so much, they were actually terrified North America would pick it up as a first draft.
All right, now for North America. What do they want to go ahead and secure early? Crixie? You think that or the Alice?
Crixie.
Crixie? You want to see Sleepy on the Crixie again?
I want to see 9,000 damage a minute again.
That was a little bit ridiculous. Had a great first showing on the hero. For North America, it could be a nice pickup, a nice power pick so far in the World Cup. They're going to go ahead, lock it in.
Crixie has an absurdly high win rate this World Cup. It's just skyrocketed, of course, with the last series, but here's that Violet we were talking up.
Yeah, Korea have been loving the Violet. Usually, for Rush in the jungle, he either likes to play the Slims or the Violet, and that actually dictates what support roamer is being run down on the bottom half of the map. This would be a little bit of a change-up, actually, because the Violet is often paired up with the Chugnar. Now, this time around, the Grok getting locked in.
Okay, North America have a choice to make. If you pick Alice, if you lock this in,
dangerous.
I agree. But the primary idea here for Korea is that they have the potential to do damage to the Alice and the Crixie. I agree with the decision. I agree with locking it in, even despite the risks, and they just have to play their own game and count that they can do it better.
Well, we saw Rest in his second match of the group stage, played amazing on the Alice, bumped up his kill participation a little bit closer to what we saw in the Valor series, around that 80% mark. Earlier on, he was around 44, and the team just wasn't finding success. Also on top of that, locking the Moloch, so they have that AoE ultimate to try and zone out the fights during the jungle fights.
And Malik has been so popular. I think he actually has a 100% pick ban rate still in the AWC, which means every single game he has been either picked or banned, he is that good.
Now, TJ, this one's a bit of a toss here because I was not expecting Korea to go for the Scud.
No, but it is an Asian region pick. The Scud is certainly a very powerful character, particularly in the split lane, which is where Korea is looking to excel.
All right, now for North America, how do they respond? You got to get a jungle.
If this Natalia comes through, these are some hidden strats.
Yeah, this would be something else from North America. We got to talk to them briefly after the draw, and they were feeling a little bit uncomfortable. You're going against Korea. They would have loved to go against China. That's the team they found success over during the boot camp, during scrims, but now you go against Korea, where Pew has actually come along to the team and brought a little bit more of that Korean play style over to North America.
For those who don't know, Pew first met members of the North American team when they were playing as Team Liquid at the Asia International Championship last year. He came over as a replacement for Rocker, their old jungler, and has found his place in the team at this World Cup.
All right, Slims gets locked in, but TJ, the Lubu coming out here for North America.
The Natalia was a bait, as I expected. I like the Lubu pickup because he's a very good split lane character. We saw a ton of him in the boot camp, but we've seen much, much less recently.
Now for Korea, Final pick coming up shortly. Need to show their mage. We've been kind of waiting on this here. From Hawk has been playing great on the Liliana. Really, what do you want to try and take up into this matchup, TJ?
Well, Hawk plays a little bit of everything. Liliana would be something I'd favor just because, again, they need to get to that backline and find big damage. They could also go for a more static mage, look to combo with the Grak, pull out maybe a Praetor or something like it.
All right.
Oh, that's not a Praetor. That is something like it.
That is not what the Praetor you were thinking about. For Korea, does it get locked in? All right, so first time we're going to see it, TJ.
A Natalia coming through, incredibly high damage mage, not one we've seen so far in competitive play. I think maybe during the very early Valor Series qualifiers I saw it.
Yeah.
That was so long ago though. Natalia is not known in competitive play.
So Korea bringing out some new picks here already into the playoffs. And I was wondering, you know, were they going to try and respect North America, go with some simple comps that worked during the group stage, or try and pull out some new picks? Already starting that up. I'm excited, TJ. It's game one.
Natalia has incredibly high damage burst. The major thing she's going to do as a mage is burn through people who are foolhardy enough to stay still. The problem is she is the ultimate glass cannon. If they can't protect her, things will be bad. I think Korea have played this draft masterfully though, because they looked like a poke/dive comp, mostly focused on landing the Grak hooks and poking the backline with that Violet. Then on the very last pick, the entire purpose of the composition changes for me. Putting Hawk on the Natalia sets them up to pull people in and lock them down. Then empty vast reserves and magic damage into those isolated players.
We'll have to see if Sleepy can survive the dive. And a little bit of a change up here from Korea, because this is the first time we're seeing the Grok and the Violet on the same team. Usually they stuck pretty close with that Slims when it was getting picked up. They like that pick combo. I'm interested to see how North America plays, if they're going to play a little bit similar to how they did yesterday during the group stage. Rest looking for the roams, trying to make plays. But let's see. It's going to be game one between North America and Korea. Both teams fighting for their slot into the semifinals and to play at the TCL Chinese Theater next weekend in Hollywood.
North America could go home before they even see that home stage. They're already trading the aggression, though, in the early game.
You see Rush and Sun going up toward the top side. Going to go ahead, take away the Mage Golem, the Sage Golem. But you still see Sleepy just looking to clear out the waves. I want to see where the first action is going to take place here for North America's Rest usually decides to roam in the first 4 to 5 minutes, and then usually Q will take over the shot calling, because oftentimes when it comes to the early fights, that's where North America excelled during the Valor series. They looked to end game fast. And Korea, the one time they actually lost during the group stage is when it went to the late game. So this is going to be a tough one for North America no matter what.
The major thing about Natalia, of course, is going to be that ultimate lethal raise. The big thing about, oh my lord, that hook, pew, already pulled in. Anyway, major thing about Natalia, going to be those lethal rays from the ultimate. That's a beam attack that melts anyone who's locked within it. With the Grak, they have the potential to do that repeatedly.
See whether or not they're going to be able to find the target. Still have J-Jack roaming. This is what he likes to do. Likes to come into the mid lane. And Sleepy, the damage. Where's the hook? It's going to just land short. Unfortunately for Korea, almost first blood going to J-Jack.
Already the arcane rays from Natalia showing off how powerful it is. Let's talk though about the Korean win condition. For me, it's all on their split lane. Like they're rotating for right now. Isolate the towers and repeatedly provide pressure while fighting in the middle of the map.
Well, you saw there, Rest wanted to try to re-engage onto that fight, but Hawk decided otherwise. Korea going to go ahead, rotate back up toward this Abyssal Dragon, maybe decide to start it. Rush is there into the river. Pew, though, gets caught out by Chaser. He is going to get collapsed on, though. If he decides to keep going forward, you do see 4 members of Korea coming back down toward this bot lane. A blind hook by J-Jack, hoping Pew would go on over.
That will be a spear throw, continued poke. Oh, though, we talk split lane. Sun presses forward. Oh, no, in mid lane, it's getting worse for North America.
Sleepy got caught out toward the side, and Pew gets dragged right back on in. Double kill coming on down for Hawk at the start of game 1 into the quarterfinals, and Korea might not be done yet.
The power already from the Natalia. Those arcane rays, doing lethal damage just because of how much burst they're able to apply onto anyone who stands still during a fight. The front line, J-Jack, Chaser, is engaging so hard, specifically so that the backline of Hawk and Rush can dump in damage.
Well, Korea gonna go ahead and start up the Abyssal Dragon even before their first tower, so they're already feeling confident against North America as they're gonna go ahead, secure that at 3 minutes 20 seconds, now sitting at a 1,300 gold lead, 3 kills onto the board for North America. What do they have to do? What do they need to find here against Korea?
Win the split lanes like KO and Rest are trying to do, and then if you're able to do that, the rest folds through.
We do see there, Rest tried to rotate up toward the top lane, but look at this.
Trap.
This is a little bit of a play actually North America has been running because they like to roam as a unit, try and catch out members coming back toward the mid lane, and Pew gets caught off back by J-Jack, and Hawk is just melting Sleepy and the rest of the crew. Another double kill going on, make it a triple kill for Korea.
Already that combo, Natalia burning in damage to the World Devourer, and a kill is found instantly. There is no way to survive that. Here's the replay.
Yeah, you saw J-Jack going on in there with the World Devourer, the combo. Sleepy has no time to even put down the Moonfall, and this is not looking good for North America.
They don't call them lethal rays for nothing.
Jeez.
That Natalia ultimate is a death beam, literally.
Just melts them in the jungle. Now 6 kills on the board, a 3,000 gold lead, and J-Jack wants to keep it going. The Nova didn't land, but the Hook did, and Sleepy gets taken down. Hawk is 6-0.
Hawk is thriving. This is one of the craziest pickups I've ever seen come out and just dominate like this. I don't know if it's that we've all been sleeping on Natalia, or merely that North America didn't expect this to happen.
And North America, you know, they wanted Sleepy to succeed because this was kind of the first time we saw J-Jack once again. Hawk is just melting everyone left and right. MTS has to ult out. But my lord, J-Jack and Hawk as a duo at this point, TJ, this is absolutely disgusting.
Hawk is just power washing these team fights. It's just a hose of high damage waving slowly across the team fight, eradicating anything in its path, and it's set up so often so well by the frontline stuns and slows.
Literally cleaning up North America's hopes, it would seem, at this point. Game 1, this is looking a little bit ugly, and like you mentioned, TJ, that backline punish for Korea, it's already showing. They just ripped through the front line.
Yeah, the key for Korea is to shut down players like Rest, Sleepy, and Pew. If you can get those high damage characters off of the North American side, you know that you absolutely can burn down their team fights. It's only when those high damage characters are able to sit in the back of the fight and provide value for the entirety of them that they succeed.
You saw there the Hook coming back on out. Pew looking for the flying spear is not going to connect. J-Jack has just set up a tent here towards the mid lane. Chaser also looking to invade, even setting up a trap here for MTS if he decides to go up into his jungle.
Oh, I don't think anyone's leaning out into this jungle. It's been well established as Korean territory.
This is Rush's jungle now, stacking up his items. Sleepy wants to try and rotate. Rest is also there, and that was kind of the big thing here for me. If Rest gets caught out early, he kind of loses his impact, because that's where he finds the fights early. Now Pew has to go for the shot calling, but look at this, the tower's going to get taken down. Chaser onto the backline. Pew gets isolated. You can't shot call from the dead. And unfortunately for North America, now their second tier tower is going to get taken apart.
You may be seeing that Arcane Nova coming through from Hawk. It's so good as a zoning tool. If you touch the giant globe of death, you're stunned, you're slowed, you're out of there.
7,000 gold. Man, you might as well make it 8,000. MTS looking to just clear out the way, but the damage from Hawk, are you serious? That's melting a tank weak, TJ. North America,
the combo.
triple knockup coming on through. 4KO. Sleepy, though, gets obliterated by Korea. That's 12 kills on the board. North America has still yet to find themselves a single kill.
That was the ideal combo. They were able to find a hissy fit into Moonfall. That's what North America are looking for in these fights with this composition, and you could see it was barely denting the Korean side.
Korea looking to make it a perfect game here, possibly in game one, TJ. The morale has to start feeling here towards North America, because this is feeling bad.
No damage to towers, no damage to any of their lives, no abyssal dragons picked up. This is devastating.
Yeah, and Sleepy there, you would hope he was doing 6,500 damage a minute, but right now he might be receiving that much.
That's the stat for his previous performances. On average, that's what he does. Here, I very much doubt that's true, to say the least. Look at his build, only 2.6k individual gold.
Oh, no.
He's just got his Orb of the Magi and boots, nothing else. That's the sign of a mage who's struggling at mid lane.
Oh, he got caught out from the side. Korea knew he was there the entire time. Rush gonna take him down. Hawk gonna continue the push in mid lane, but Korea are now looking toward the high ground towers.
They're not just looking, they're taking.
Chaser just knocks that one apart. A hook on to rest J-Jack. You can't do that on Twitch. That's just not safe for work at this point. And Sleepy too. What is going on, North America? That's 2 towers down in the base. Exposed core. TJ, I don't know if there's much else.
You can see the North Americans in the bottom left corner.
He goes on for one last stand, but Korea's looking for the kills. They won't even give a kill over to North America.
Perfect
0
game.
to 18, make it a perfect game one.
That was a speed run.
My lord, that was like a 9-minute game.
That was insanely good from a Korea, and all off of the back of a previously unheard from strat. They built the entire roster as though their goal is to play poke and shut down the backline. Then at the very last second, you lock in the Natalia and do that.
You see Rest, he's smiling. He's like, guys, we got to ban Natalia. That is, I don't think we can deal with that. I don't know if North America's ready for it.
I don't think Natalia has ever been played in competitive before, at least not at the high level, and you can see the effect it had here.
11, 0, and 4. I'm afraid to see the damage chart, TJ, because
I want to see it. Show me the damage!
Oh my lord! It's not as high as I was expecting, but still a large part of Korea's damage.
But you know what's really interesting? I'm very impressed by how well they shut down Pew. That man Pew and actually Sleepy as well, they normally are such leaders for their team. Here they were completely demolished because they were the primary focuses. It wasn't how we expected it to happen though. The vast majority of the kills onto them came by virtue of this combo, J-Jack into Hawk.
Yeah, I saw J-Jack often hitting the hooks on Pew once, twice. I think there was at least 4 times he caught him out, and that combo with Hawk.
One was beautiful.
That was disgusting.
Beautiful. You can't have any better Arena of Valor than that. Power washing North America. I stand by the analogy.
Look at that, yet another kill. Sleepy even trying to use the Moonfall there. This looked like the fight for him, but already the Moonfall was gone, and Chaser just dived onto Sleepy, and just the map awareness for Korea.
Was there.
I believe KO actually speculative. No, I think KO ended up walking into the brush because Korea was there for a solid 20 seconds. But still.
Yeah, either way, I mean, at that point, it didn't matter. 18 kills to 0, 8 towers to 0. A perfect game for Korea. They come out swinging. The smiles are all over their faces.
You can see Korea's side lit up like a Christmas tree, and that game time, TJ. I said early fights for North America, but man, I wasn't expecting that game time.
Your Christmas trees, I take it, are normally drenched in blood, mounted with the stuffed heads of dead eagles.
Oh my goodness. Okay, TJ. That's a little
devastating.
I understand Korea dominated game 1, but now, okay, game 1's done. Game 2 for North America. Do you even have a game plan, or are you still shell-shocked after a demolishing like that?
So the good thing is, I'm looking at Captain America right now, and and he seems to be taking this with a
really good, actually.
Like, no, at a certain point when that happens to you and you're just blown out of the water by a brand new strat like that, you have to kind of be like, oh, all right, that's game 1. We have 5 games. It is a BO5, except that there's something really cool that was just done to you, and move on.
Cool. It also probably didn't feel that great, but you can still see North America. You don't see them tearing up just yet. They're still in this series. They can look for a win and try and tie it, force it into a best of 3. Let's see on the side of North America what is going to be the answer. A big thing for me, TJ, was the mid-map matchup. We were talking about, North America, they have this solid core of 3 members, Rest, Sleepy, and Pew. You're going up against Korea, which has Hawk and Rush, which as a duo carry this Korean roster so far. That's an 85% kill participation on Rush from the group stage.
Yeah, and there's a very different strategy, I think, for the North American roam. Early on in the game, you'll oftentimes see Rest, Sleepy, and Pew hang out together. Roam, push towards objectives as this 3-man squad. Typically, Rest is playing as support, something that can break up the fight. Pew will be invading and cleaning up jungle, while Sleepy provides the vast majority of damage. They never got an opportunity to do that game because J-Jack's Grak was so predatory.
And he caught out Pew multiple times. That didn't even get him a chance to at least try and scale, because oftentimes Rest will look to find plays early on in the game, and then Pew actually takes over the shot calling when it comes to the team communication. So for North America, opting to stay on the blue side here for game 2, Dia got to put down the respect ban, TJ.
First ban should be Natalia.
Please.
I would be astounded if it wasn't Natalia.
Well, we'll have to see from North America what the ban is going to be. For Korea, though, same gameplay. Yeah, there it is. Okay, and the Grak, too.
The Grak's a good ban. Okay, what this leaves open, RM needs to go. If North America doesn't ban Korea.
Okay, Korea, they're helping out North America. They're like, here's a free ban.
Do you think you get that Lucky Omen ban again?
I don't know if you will, actually. Possibly. But then you give up the Alice, or you give up a more
Lindis.
The Lindis has to be banned out from Korea, I would think, yeah. I feel like it has to be. North America, final ban coming on through here quite shortly. Then hopefully we can start looking toward our picks. And that's actually, again, going to be the teamie, so they're keeping their last ban the same here.
I need to know what this final ban is, because if it is the Omen, it is. North America now has an opportunity to first lock Lindis, and I'd like to see it.
That would be so nice for North America. Pew has put on a great performance on the Lindis. Or do they try and prioritize? Because that then leaves open the mage pickup here for Korea if they want to get the Grixie.
I mean, you just practice getting dumpstered on by a mage. I'm sure they're ready to go.
Oh my.
With the Grixie in the... I don't actually think the Koreans typically run Grixie. We haven't seen them...
Oh. Okay, so looking to at least have, that nice front line to go for the dives. But then that leaves open the Lindis here.
If we go Alice Grixie, I wouldn't be surprised. If we see Lindis, I wouldn't be surprised. Korea has all the options right now, and instead they're going for perhaps a far more deadly fate for North America. The Zenial coming through to run split lane for a very powerful split lane team.
Yeah, Chaser and Sun both like pushing out, and also this would be Rush's first Lindis of the tournament. He's been on the Violet and Slims. We haven't even seen it yet, and it gets locked in.
I think it's primarily picked up here to take it away from Pew, who is so deadly on it. I'd like to see this be the Wombo Combo Mage Alice that we were asking for earlier.
Well, there isn't a real hard counter to it. Okay, North America.
A little bit more dive?
Yeah, they're looking here. The priorities have swapped up from game 1.
The Lindis, fun fact, 60% win rate coming into today across 10 matches. That says to me basically everything. Very, very powerful marksman. I think currently the most powerful because of the ability to both move quickly around the map and hover at the back of fights. Korea having that asset is quite a lot, especially because it's depriving it from North America. I wonder what's being run in jungle here.
On top of that, Lindis, Korea likes to have map control, and you saw it in the last game where they were able to catch out KO while he was hiding in that brush for at least 10 seconds. Having that Lindis too for the traps would be very nice and beneficial for them because they can keep track of North America. This
Fennec.
would be...
And like actually Fennec,
yeah,
by the
actual
way.
Fennec. It's not Slim's Fennec. This is actually Korea Fennec. Okay, that's a little bit more what we were expecting. A Tulin maybe.
The Tulin Liliana,
Liliana
either works in mid for Hawk. Like I said, he doesn't really like the Crixie. He tends to prefer more mobility-focused mages.
Now for Korea, most of the time they run the Chugnar when they have the Violet. So oftentimes for Korea, when they're running their support like this, they like to enable Rush, mainly for him to carry these fights, because his Violet KDA, after that game, I think it's somewhere in the line of 40, it's a 40. He hasn't died on the pick yet in 4 games. Now to have a Lindis, that's going to give him so many options.
However, North America do get the other good marksman, basically. This is Violet. You run the Violet in jungle. Over on Pew, you actually have Rest's Alice as well. I like this draft for NA, and provided there are no more surprises, I think this is a decent chance.
Like, we've done our research, and we were not expecting at all Natalia. For Korea, what would be nice to round out the comp here?
Toro? Just spitballing here if they want to make anything else look good. I honestly think that they need another split lane. Typically, you see the Juggernaut played in Rome. However, we have seen Juggernaut played split lane, in which case they need a more dedicated support.
Yeah, J-Jack's been liking to play it. So, still, let's see what the split's going to be. Sun or Chaser going to be running the Zenial. The Zenial actually I like, because Korea likes to apply a lot of pressure. The Scud hover, possibly. It's going to be the Scud.
Second split lane, J-Jack will be running that Juggernaut in Rome. The 66% win rate Zenial dropped up to Sun, their most powerful split lane player, I think. He's very aggressive, and Zenial suits that perfectly.
Yeah, we haven't even seen some of his more pocket picks yet, and I don't know if we'll see it yet.
Deep breath. North America.
Okay.
Wipe the slate clean.
Okay.
I'm still rooting for you guys, and you have a good composition for this.
All right. They got the Malik combo with that Alice. On top of that, Sleepy, of course, going to have the Crixie, and then Pew on the Violet to carry on into the late game. But the thing is, they have to survive until that point, TJ, because Korea ended game 1 in 9 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams actually are really quickly paced teams. Both of them struggle if the games go long, which is why they tend to both play hyper-aggressive.
Well, we'll see whether or not those options are going to be. But Korea, for me, also, when you take a look towards this team, they like to play safe. They like to find team fights that are in their favor. And you saw last game, they didn't drop a single kill to North America. Literally perfect game them in game 1 of the quarterfinal. This is a team that's quite smart on their own.
Absolutely. Okay, let's talk North America, though, because it's my favorite topic. CC combos. They have plenty. The Juggernaut obviously will negate some of them, but the fact that they can bring in that Irie to combo well with the Malik, I think there's a way. There's a bald eagle. He's wearing an America hat. Take number 2, game number 2. Hopefully, this is a different result.
We load on in game 2 between North America and Korea. Korea looking to apply the nail into the coffin, perhaps, if they are able to take this game, then force NA to look for a reverse sweep. Already going aggressive here, going to go ahead, steal away the Sage Golem. Same, though, onto the side of North America. You can already see Pew and Rest sticking together because I want to see Rest make plays. He's got the Alice. That was one of our win conditions when we look at North America.
Rush is just sitting in this jungle eating a farm.
Oh, no.
He's been completely uncontested. He's now eating their entire jungle exclusively to himself, a fact you can see reflected in his gold.
And Pew, he's been actually kind of wishy-washy on his decision here because he actually went back up into the jungle, came back up, went back up. He wasted about 15 to 20 seconds here on the Violet. He's starting to lose a little bit.
This is, of course, the combo Pew and Sleepy. If they can work together, They do big damage. They need to stay together, though. They need to get that roaming squad from the North American side going early.
But rush up toward the top.
Oh, that was
map.
good.
That was a nice interruption coming out from KO, and some of them won't be able to finish him off, because that's the one thing for North America. They like to take those fights, and their DPM show it, because they're actually, I think, combined, on average, about 1,000 ahead when you take a look at the mage and jungle matchup between the two teams.
North America really excels. Of course, there are Legions in the Valor series. They very much excel at taking and adapting mid-fight. So I'd like to see more of that.
You see J-Jack there looking to provide a little bit of support. Pew and Rest still comboing, but look up toward the top side. Korea have made the call. Rush is going to stick up here with Sun. Start applying a bit of pressure.
There's the Abyssal Dragon under threat down bottom.
Lord. Oh, that KDA, TJ. And that's before last game.
You were talking about one squad. There's the other. Russian Hawk, jungler and mid again.
And on top of that, that's what I was talking about when it comes to Korea. They like to take smart team fights because they actually don't take that much damage. They don't actually deal that much. They look to finish off kills. Meanwhile, though, on the bottom half of the map, North America did at least pick up the Abyssal Dragon.
Yeah, and that's huge. Getting that early gold gain, getting that early gold lead would be significant. Nicely done, though, by Korea.
Rush, he's going to accelerate KO's life and take him down pretty fast. Sun also going to cut the wave. Not the start they were looking for. Hawk gets knocked up there. Sleepy going to actually use the Moonfall, just looking to clear out the wave because he doesn't want to go for any kind of pressure yet.
I'd like to take a look at the gold. We talked about building that gold lead. Look at Rush doing exactly that. Already almost at 2,000. They need these picks on the NA side.
See Sleepy, he's able to land it there, but Chaser's still sitting at half health. J-Jack also coming on down. North America, 4 members just down for this bot lane tower, but the Zenial is not going to join us because look at top lane. Korea are applying pressure. They're actually holding this tower in a 3v4.
And they get the top lane tower in trade. This is not a good look for North America because Sun and Rush are building that gold from that duo. They instantly clear out the jungle the second they're given the opportunity.
And the gold advantage over the Violet between Rush and Pew, it's starting to grow. It keeps going up about a couple hundred here and there. They're about that kill ahead. But that's the thing, Rush, he likes to play fast. He likes to go for the farm game so he can carry on into the late game. And he's going to have so much protection considering Sun can split push and then join in on the fights from the other side of the map.
Sleepy is building as quick as he can, and if he's able to get his first item early, maybe we could see burst.
See KO having to use his ultimate just to disengage. Pew over toward the side. He's going to lose out on his jungle once again. Korea are just taking everything from North America.
Sleepy's going to have poke. Abyssal Dragon is coming up. NA need this dragon to get back in the gold, get back in the economy.
See, with Korea, they've been moving around the map so much, TJ, that Rest hasn't actually had an opportunity to really camp a lane, try and get it ahead. He's been on this Alice, but he kind of has been just stuck having to roam between the lanes, answer the aggression from Korea.
We talked about taking fights being NA's strength. Korea just doesn't take them. And if North America's not able to force team fights and win them, they will lose this game.
And this is the issue here for KO. If he keeps getting forced back in lane, he's going to start falling behind a lot between him and Sun, because if you look, 2.5k. Sun is almost 1,000 gold ahead at 5 minutes, and he hasn't actually gotten himself barely anything other than the assist.
I'd like to highlight something on the tank player. MTS's first item build is his boots. He wants to be accelerating around this jungle, easily roaming between lanes.
Wants to join in on the fights, but if Korea doesn't give him the opportunity, then it might be a waste. Either way, though, Korea still looking up. Hawk almost gets stunned up there, but is able to escape. But up in top lane, KO Sun is showing his dominance here.
This is just what Sun does. He parks himself behind a tower. You can't run when there's a guy waiting. The way you have to retreat in order to stay alive.
Sleepy, even using the Moonfall once again. These are very defensive ultimates being used just to clear out waves, just to try and zone away Korea. And now
Abyssal.
they can look to pick up their first Abyssal.
This is looking rough. North America need to get back in the gold game, and they're now almost 4,000 behind.
This is the thing with Korea. They don't get that many kills, to be honest. That
They don't
last
need
game,
to.
they just look to control the map, get those objectives, get the dragons, get the towers. And that's what North America like to do. but that's only when they get the lead early. Otherwise, I feel like Pew is just a little bit lost here.
And it's only when they find the kills early. North America always seem to wait for fights before they feel comfortable tower diving. Their opponents, Korea, just do exactly the opposite. They don't take fights ever. The only kills so far have been two very well-orchestrated individual picks up top onto KO, and they've had the intended effect of forcing him to cower behind this tower and not dare push forward or control that entire left side of the jungle.
He's already 2 levels down, almost 3 to Sun. He can't stay alone in that lane because, look, he's pushing up, TJ, but the rest of Korea just go up and follow him. Rush, this is bullying at this point up in top lane. KO uses his ultimate, but he uses it on nothing because Rush is just gonna gun him down.
You could see Rush was entirely confident in his capacity to find that kill. Sun still pressuring forward. Someone needs to hold that tower or push this one.
A chaser, he's just gonna go for the engage. Sun now rejoins in Korea with the pinch. This is just the team here, TJ. They can rotate so quickly for these fights. 2 kills go in favor. Make it 3 because MTS is gonna die underneath his tower.
A perfect cleanup. Korea again in charge. That's going to be another tower falling in mid, likely one definitely in bot.
He saw Pew already got chunked down. Rest had nowhere to run, and MTS, sure, you're tanky, but when you got 4 members just whacking away underneath your tower, there's nowhere to go.
And I love the way they've been able to build up this Lindis because of the constant invades in that bottom or in that top left side jungle. You can see 4.6k gold. He's already 5.1k gold. He's already built Rank Breaker, his 3rd item. This is going to do massive chunks of damage onto anyone who thinks they can take a fight.
He can just go through any health, any armor that's put up, and now
is, however, a glass cannon. If there can be dive, pick off the isolated player. Maybe you have something. The problem is Korea are so careful.
And on top of that, you always have Sun coming on down to try and save it because this is mainly how Korea are now playing. The comp is built around Rush to try and do damage to protect him during these fights so he can kite on back. Sleepy almost getting obliterated once again in mid lane, is able to survive, but that's going to force him back.
Hawk and Rush will need to find pressure onto this bot lane, and that's what they'll do. KO thought he'd escaped when he rotated.
Oh, no.
This isn't a safe place at all, Sun.
KO, Sun, he doesn't even care at this point. He's level 13. Chaser in mid lane, soloing the mid lane here. Actually taking out Pew there on the Violet. Korea can see the ignition has just been turned. We hit 9 minutes, and now they are looking to just speed down this game.
You can see that Zenio build, it's so tanky. Frostcape already adding to his damage as well as amping up his HP, and he's just going to be almost invulnerable at this stage, especially given their level lead.
And Chaser going to knock down that tower. That's almost a 9,000 gold lead for Korea. And now looking toward the top side of the map, they're going to go ahead, take down the Dark Slayer, clean that up, take that buff into the next fight, and then look to close things out.
The Slayer buff in hand, Korea looks so good for game 2. That would leave North America 1 game away from elimination.
That would go pretty well for you, TJ. You've already dressed for the funeral, it would seem.
Oh, come on!
I'm sorry, at this point, North America, they need a miracle. It can still happen. They still have the option, but when plays like this come out from Korea underneath your second-tier tower, one at a time, Sleepy, your team is dead! 4 members fall. KO wants to join in, and he says, take me with you guys. I want to join my team. Korea with the ace and minions in mid.
Anything. Korea dominate the team fight and press onwards. That's going to be another game to Korea.
Game 2, and now North America on the brink of elimination on home soil.
That is heartbreaking. I was hoping so much to see them in the theater, and I'm sure they were as well. The semi-finals, a home crowd kicks in. However, they may not see the home team.
Well, for North America, you still see Rest there. He's got somewhat of a smile. It's not as big as it once was.
That is a very small smile.
That's a small grin. That's a grim grin, as you could see. Either way, let's go ahead and take a stats. Korea so far sitting at a 32 KDA over North America.
Yeah.
as far as kills go.
Yes. You don't need to rub it in.
I'm sorry.
Yes, that is accurate.
It's okay. This is other. Oh my. Okay.
That wasn't another. They got a tower.
They
right?
got an abyssal.
Wasn't another perfect game because they got an abyssal, and I think they got a tower.
It was close.
Maybe it's wishful thinking.
But this is my issue here, TJ, because look at the Violet damage.
Yeah.
11%.
Two games in a row, completely shut down. The man has looked so good at various points throughout the AWC. This is not one of his games.
You get to take a quick look here. Rush, 3 levels ahead of KO, can just take him out.
Pew, it's kind of interesting to me because when he succeeds, it's so often because he has backup. He's a very, very aggressive player. Right now, he needs to convince North America to play backing up that aggression as a team that's just been bodied 2 games in a row. The number one most important thing for me going into Game 3, if North America are going to turn it around, 1, draft well, 2, keep playing aggressive. Play your own style despite the odds.
And that replay there kind of showed it to me, TJ, that, you know, North America, they kind of threw in the towel because you're going in for a fight one at a time. At that point in the game, that's not how you try and come back during these. You can't individually try and make the hero play. Like you mentioned, you got to work together as a team.
No towers.
No towers. They got the abyssal. 1 abyssal. That's all that separated them from being perfect game twice.
That is impressive. I'm here definitely as a Team America fan. I definitely like those players a lot, but I have to say what Korea are doing to them is just a display of Arena of Valor skill, the likes of which I have not casted yet.
Well, I literally said dominating tacticians from Group C, and they are showing it here. North America going to actually be on the red side here for the draft.
They decide, well, let's change this up. 2 picks in a row. Maybe that gives us what we need, even though we don't get first pick, even though we don't get first ban, that might give us what we need to change the pace.
Well, it's unfortunately, when you look here, for North America, you got yourself a bit of happiness there from MTS. You know, he did have 37% of the team's damage on a Malik. Not where you want that damage, but still see the smiles. They're enjoying themselves. They've at least gotten this far, and you might as well give it your all here in Game 3.
You might as well. This is game number 3, potential elimination for North America. He's still got that fan.
Hey,
he needs to cool down after all those hot plays.
I'm sorry,
Korea
at this
had
point,
to drop
he deserves to have, you know, the people fanning him from the side.
He deserves servants.
They are playing
worshippers.
They are playing like kings, TJ.
Yes, absolutely. Korea game 1, it was just a purely fantastically new strategy. Bringing out the Natalia, a character I have not seen ever played in competitive before. And then game number 2, it wasn't a case of a new strategy, it was a case of perfect execution of the old.
And when you bring out that pick actually early on into your first matchup, that kind of gets into the heads of the other teams after seeing that display. Now you got to say, man, do we have to ban this mage? Or else are they going to bring it out again and do what they did to North America? We don't want to be on the receiving end of that, possibly.
I certainly wouldn't want to, and it is so clever to run the Natalia just once. If they pick it again right now, I would actually be surprised, because as long as the only data any other team has on the Natalia is that game, nobody is going to dare let it through a banning phase.
And we're sorry, guys, on the server, you're going to be dealing with a lot of Natalias possibly now in your ranked games after that display. Korea on your blue side, North America on the red side, 2-0. Korea looking to put away the coffin into the ground. Teamy going to be the first ban.
Banning out T and me. It's played decently over on the North American side. It's a very powerful character. I understand why you'd get rid of it.
For Korea here, they don't even seem to care about rest on the Alice.
This is something we've seen from Korea, though. When they feel confident, respect bans. What respect? Why on earth would you ban out to your opponent when you can just power through them?
Literally demolish them. North America understanding the power of this Zenial, but it's still Sun, it's still Chaser in these split lanes, and these guys are a bit ridiculous.
I don't know what North America needs to do aside from play their game. because what we talked about, what we set up a lot for them was managing to find early team fights. They haven't been able to do that. For me,
haven't found a kill yet, TJ.
They haven't found a kill, but they've never actually found a proper team fight really either. And I'd really like that to change. If it does for North America, it comes off of them forcing it. And the way you force a team fight is you concentrate on objectives and invades. If you're constantly threatening the Abyssal Dragon, they need to fight you. The only time they challenged an Abyssal Dragon so far, Korea backed off, and then from then on out, Korea were able to build such a lead in the jungle that they never dared come near the pen again.
Well, North America could be banning away the Arum. Meanwhile, for Korea, going to be banning away the Grak, so actually taking away one of their picks they've been using.
Arum safely off the board, but yes, the Grak is a good ban on the North American side. The Koreans, like you said, maybe it's just a complete lack of respect coming through. Maybe it's a specific strategy they're planning on running. They want to run something in the back line.
No.
And they're scared that a Grak could counter it.
For North America, also taking away the Crixie that Sleepy found a lot of success on yesterday. Now not having that option. Still, though, a little bit of a pool to go through. Still has that Liliana available if he wants to pick it up.
Yesterday was the first time Sleepy ever played Crixie in competitive play. So I don't think it's fair to be like, oh no, Sleepy can only play Crixie. He can play a lot of things very well. We've just never seen him play anything quite that well, because I haven't seen very many mage players play anything that well.
Oh, for Korea, though, locking in the Omen. And that's a bad omen to see, TJ, because
nice.
Unfortunately,
did you workshop that?
I literally in my head right now.
Right. Well, I could tell. That Omen
Excuse me.
Very, 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 very powerful, and Korea in their hands especially. Like I said, 76.5% win rate for the character as a whole in the AWC. That's across a number of games. Chaser and Sun, they wield it to such extreme potential.
Now for Korea, also looking possibly again toward that Lindis. Did see the Scud get locked in here for North America. So already a lot of knock-up, a lot of CC coming on through. But for Korea, the call seems to be, once again, allow Rush to carry, protect him when it comes to these fights.
You know how you can tell Korea are having fun? Every single pick is hovered over something ridiculous.
Yeah, they're tempting us. They just said, we could play this for a game and see what happens. We could see if people want to.
What are you going to do, TJ? Say we can't play Alluvia? What? Like we couldn't play Natalia?
Lock-ins coming on through. So, of course, it's going to be the Lindis. And hey, wow. All right,
Sleepy.
now they're bringing out the picks.
Getting back at the Koreans a little bit. I like the passive. Oh my god. Okay.
What? Okay.
So I was on board with the passive aggressive mage threatens. Kali isn't crazy. It is a character that has seen play. It is a character that is decent. It is also one we haven't seen yet at the AWC.
Yeah, this is a first time here for North America, so we'll have to see whether or not Sleepy can pull through. Still one more pick left here in the rotation for North America. Still could go for their jungle or decide elsewhere, maybe where they want to try and get some support.
Sleepy, of course, on that character will have the benefit of the Ethereal Pulse. For me, that's big because of the backline damage from the ultimate. It's going to be constant, long-range damage. There's no ultimate that is longer ranged. When you couple that with the Soul Summoning, that's the big AoE burst, you can slow people down and hammer them. If you have backline follow-up, I think that's a good combo to pin down some of these characters they've been working so hard to chase down.
Now for North America, also picking up the Violet for Pew. But again, he's got to make it. He's got to survive to the game, to the late game here. But Rush, well, he goes to his name. He plays the game fast. Korea just clean up the jungle. And there were even times when I saw Pew, deciding where to go on the map, taking the extra couple seconds, slowing down his clear time, and that affected him.
Yeah, we haven't seen decisiveness out of North America, and I want to see that back. Give me the NA that groups up early, presses into the jungle, and shuts things down. Maybe the addition of Sleepy on Kali as somebody who can play a little bit further back and is really good wave clear adds to that. You don't need to worry about your mid lane so much. You can stay tight and fast as a mobile unit.
Well, for Korea, final lock-ins coming on through the Arduin and the Flash.
They can get this Alice if they like.
They could go for it. I don't know if it's what they want here for Rest, because I didn't see the performance that I was expecting.
Yeah, Rest has been struggling on the Alice. He plays it really well, though, and I've been asking them, advocating for them to just play to their strengths.
They have to here. This is do or die for North America. They lose here, and their World Cup journey comes to an end. They do not join us next weekend at the TCL Chinese Theater in Hollywood. They go on home, or maybe stay, view from the audience if they want to.
Got an excellent deal on tickets.
Oh, you can't be doing that. I know I made the funeral joke, man, but come on. There's still that chance. It's game 3. It's do or die. Ooh. And you might as well pull out the picks that no one was expecting.
Okay, well, Aurivar's not nuts. He's a viable support roam. The big thing he offers instead of Alice is he can take that front line. Perhaps they were feeling like they weren't in a situation where their front line was tough enough to deal with dive, and maybe they're feeling like the ganks are getting on their nerves. Orimar is more self-sufficient than an Alice.
Well, here for Korea, looking to lock in their ticket to our semifinals next weekend. We're seeing, again, some more new picks. I don't think Hawk has actually played the Flash here at the World Cup yet. I think this is a first for him.
He does play it, I know, but it is out of the ordinary. We've only seen a few flashes so far. It's certainly a good character. It's particularly good at diving backline. So if, say, you're dealing with a Natalia, you might want a flash because you can actually use that super speed to get in before there's a reaction, tie people up, and then disengage. Of course, Korea aren't having any trouble in team fights because they're only taking them in the late game. That's why their KDAs are so insanely high. It's because they don't ever take fights they could possibly lose. They just disengage, 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 disengage. I want to see North America force that to change by pressuring objectives Korea cannot afford to lose.
And just a quick reminder of those insane KDAs. Coming out of the group stage, Chaser, 8 KDA. Rush, 8.6 KDA. Hawk, 10 KDA.
Oh, Jesus.
And now North America have to try and find a way to diminish those values, force a reverse sweep all the way back to game 5. And look at this, running it straight into the jungle. Maybe that's the hope they're looking for. Sun actually a little bit separated. No CC though, quite available for North America as they go for this invade.
I asked for a little bit of aggression back from North America, decisiveness, and maybe this is it. However, already Sun's doing what he did last game. Hello, opposing jungle. I live here now.
On top of that, trying to cause pressure because see this Lindis going across the map. Rush says, all right, don't even want to deal with you. And Pew going down quite low, is able to escape. J-Jax over there toward the side. Hawk wanted to go for it. Instead, it's like Korea, a little bit separated. Sun rejoins though, has to get the help, is able to pull him on back. Hawk goes on in, takes back the buff from Pew. First blood to Korea.
That's mine, I'll have it back. Korea still have pressure as well. That's not the end of the tail. Rest needs to fall all the way back, and it's a lot of jungle control ceded to them.
And like that, Korea just take everything you have. North America, they do at least answer. J-Jax stole it!
That. The energy surge, a parting gift, takes the buff.
And on top of that, Chaser gonna go ahead, secure the Mike Golem for Rush down here. Already 1,000 gold lead after just a minute and a half, TJ.
Gross.
Gross, that's all you got.
That's it, I'm sorry. Chaser will be playing this bot lane on Arduin, a character we've actually seen a lot more of recently. And I like the character, particularly because of his CC potential.
Oh, Hawk goes on in, is not able to use that Cyclone just yet. Still sitting at level 3. Rush is also there, looking for some fun in that mid lane. Sleepy just looking to clear out the wave, it would seem. Still have Rest looking toward the side, wanting to protect his mage, but so far, Korea. Sun? He's just striking a pose. He's already striking a victory pose, TJ.
He just has to think about that as Soul Eater.
He's like,
why am I here? What is a cup? What is an A, W, or C?
Sun gonna also hit level 4 off that wave, and Korea right away start up the Abyssal Dragon. This is a team that I said, you know, they usually don't get the first Abyssal Dragon, but they are showing that North America,
no pressure from NA.
They'll just take everything away from them if North America's gonna allow them.
And like what are NA currently finding value on a little bit in the mid lane, I guess, but that's not worth it. You need to be pressing forward. They have the group we were asking for, Sleepy, Pew, and of course Rest, but they're not pressing forward and challenging, and indeed they're ceding objective control across the map.
You see Rush also coming on over there. KO is in toward the side. Rest goes down extremely low. Rush going to be ticked on down. All right, KO, he's able to pick up himself up a kill and finally find the first one of the series for North America. Make it 2 KO. He's just doubled the kill count of North America.
Literally 200% better than last game. It's coming home. North America take the series.
Still, though, a mountain to climb if they want to fight their way back into this one. But a nice response after giving up that first Abyssal Dragon. You see KO, he snuck in behind them.
Yeah, I really do like this from KO, actually. It was a very smart flank to go around, because the value of Scud in this is that he slows down the fight and allows Sleepy and Pew to find pressure. We said, North America, find team fights. That's where you excel. That's what they did. They forced a team fight. Korea got overconfident, took one they normally wouldn't, and already are feeling the results as NA, for the first time, are able to take a tower, able to find pressure.
All right, they just got to keep up that momentum, though. That is the key here for North America if they want to keep on going forward. Rest, got to be careful there. J-Jack toward the side is actually looking for the engage.
Spider sense was tingling.
He was thinking, I feel like there might be a giant elephant in this bush.
The elephant in the room, as it were.
Oh, elephant on...
Sleepy will have mid lane clear, but the pressure isn't there. Korea
MTS
wants a gank.
Have to be careful underneath his tower. Rest does come on over, as the Flash also going to be making his way up through the jungle. Instead, Korea back off, going to go ahead, pick up that Spirit Sentinel for Rush.
They are forcing Korea to back off from these objectives, though. I just want to see a more aggressive rotate. Bot lane, there is a fight. Top lane around that golem there is as well. 2 engagements.
This is a scary thing here, is Omen for Sun. Hawk also coming on over toward the side. Sleepy trying to use his ultimate. Oh my lord, KO. He's got to be running on back. Gets brought on in, is able to push Sun back away. Second Abyssal Dragon is available for the taking if one of these teams oversteps.
Pew is doing quite well. This is a nice change. He's at level 7, leading the team. That's what you want. Sleepy as well, doing decently. Also, holding at level 7. Keep that going. Stay in the game with your junglers. Keep pressuring. Stop Korea from stealing everything. And please, for the love of God, take that first Abyssal, North America.
Pew also sitting over toward the side. They know J-Jack's over here. Rest's going to spot him. He's going to push him back down the river. Still, though, 3 members of North America starting to group here for the Abyssal Dragon. Looks like the call might be made as they see 3 members of Korea going for a dive in top lane. North America, they're going to have to go for this if they want to try and trade an objective.
Can MTS hold top? This is the question. He did. Excellent work. North America get the Dragon for no return. Finally challenging aggressive for the first time this set.
And you see J-Jack coming back. North America grouping together. Hawks also taking a decent chunk of damage. Does get back underneath his tower. You can see that range, though, coming in from Sleepy. Cyclone back on top of Rest. He's still the pretty tanky one, but Hawk will pick up the kill. Now Sun gonna come on over and add some light onto the situation. Pew gets taken on down. 5 members of Korea in the mid lane.
Nicely done to isolate them like that. You focus down the tank of Rest, and then he's removed. There is nothing that can interrupt, stun you while you're trying to burn down Pew, the all-important jungler, to pick up.
You see here from the side of Korea also looking to hide into the jungle, almost catching out Sleepy as he came on down, instead opting to go for the play onto KO. He doesn't have that much health. He's gonna run back all the way to the second tier tower. Sleepy's also over there, but the tower gets taken on down.
Beautifully done by that Korean roster. All they need to do is get a siege minion under tower for seconds, and Rush can already burn it down.
See Hawk coming on back toward the mid lane, was looking to scout out members of North America. Pew still into that jungle, farming away. It's where we want to see the Violet. He's only 600 gold behind Rush, keeping it a bit closer than what we saw in the previous games. For North America, you got to be feeling a little bit more confident. Just got to be careful. Don't want to get caught out.
I'm interested in this Juggernaut build. He builds boots first. This is normally you build Orb of the Magi first, because on the Juggernaut it's very important to have enough damage to clear a wave. He actually builds the boots because he wants to be constantly mobile in the jungle. That's what Korea values more. They don't need to win the team fights early game. That's not what they look for. They look for map control, pressure, knowledge, knowing where their opponents are at all times.
See Rush pushing on over. Pugh's gotta be careful. Sun also offered toward the side. J-Jack and Hawks, and look at this. Korea now gonna rotate back on down, pick up the Abyssal Dragon. They were able to secure the vision that they required to see where North America was. Second Abyssal for Korea.
Korea aren't done yet. Still the mid lane to push. Sleepy does have that formidable clear with the Ethereal Pulse ultimate. And I think that's going to be enough to hold the tower, but this is looking dire for North America if they can't get back on top.
Well, Rest has to be careful, taking a decent chunk of damage himself. Spirit Sentinel is all that's being fought over. Korea are going to go ahead.
They don't challenge, and I understand why they're behind. I understand why the call comes through. Don't take this fight.
Korea are going for Darkslayer.
It's not going to change, though, if you cede objectives like that, because Korea know, well, if you're over here and you're not going to fight us for Spirit Sentinel, what are the odds you're going to press far enough forward to see that we have the Slayer buff?
And that is unfortunate for North America. Pugh showed himself in the bot lane, and that's an easy take for Korea. Without their marksman, without that punish to maybe go for a steal. North America, they had the solid start to the game. Now starting to slip a bit. We're hitting that 9-minute mark, and this is where Korea turned on. This is where they said, all right, we're going to go for the end of the game. We're going to go for these dives.
Oh, nice.
Onto members. Sleepy's able to trade back the damage, but Hawk does get to safety.
NA are still in this game. This is the difference between this and previous games.
Oh, no.
North America, the
Chaser
flank.
right behind.
Sleepy!
Sleepy gets taken down in between the towers. MTS also there for the fight. They're able to take down the tower on the side of Korea as they look to keep on pushing on forward. North America just looking to do what they can to stop the siege. That's now the third tower of the game, and up in top lane, Chaser's gonna make it 4. Down in bot lane, Sun took one as well. And just like that, Korea opened up a 6,000 gold lead.
And you can already see the effects of it. Chaser is so tanky in that fight. Pugh, who is not under-leveled, was dumping damage into him to no effect. Here's the high ground under threat.
This is what we see all the time. Shock comes on down. MTS looking to clear the wave. It seems like there's an internal timer on Korea. You hit the 9-minute mark, they say, all right, guys, we can play the game now. We can go for the end, it seems. North America, they're able to hold on, but they're now down 7,000. Hawk goes on in. Cyclone's able to do the damage, and the high ground tower will fall. They took out Pew. The rest of the team following on forward. Korea looking to slot their way into the semifinals next weekend. Chaser gets taken down low. Hawk goes back on in. North America, they're able to hold, but they lose out on the high ground tower, and that mid lane is just barely alive.
Rush just needs to peek in, and it will fall, and that gold lead is now terrifying. Over 5,000.
You can make that over 7,000, TJ. It's a bit ridiculous here from Korea, surging forward, taking just that Dark Slayer. They say, all right, North America, if you want to give us this objective this early, we'll take the rest of the map, and we will claim our spot into the semifinal. North America, this is now do or die in these fights. They have to be perfect, and they need multiple ones if they want to fight their way back.
They're under-leveled badly. The only way this happens is if you isolate players, if you pick off people like Sun, or if you take a perfect fight underneath tower.
I don't even know if they can deal with Sun at this point on the Omen. He could probably 1v2, maybe even 1v3, depending on the members.
Yeah, he's just got so much life steal, and of course the builds are so nearly complete, especially on players like Omen who've been farming up this whole time.
Still see Sun applying pressure, mid lane being cleared out. Korea just looking for one member of North America to overstep. Sleepy going to use his ultimate, trying to zone off away. 3 members of NA in the top lane. And Korea, they can go for the rotation. Hawk goes on in and takes down Pew. It's a bloodbath at the steps
Beautifully done.
of the North American base.
Few melting early is big. That's their largest source of damage. Here's their second high
Hawk
ground.
goes back in. Cyclone onto 4 members of North America. Korea are surging forward back into the base. Take down 2 members. 3 left to hold, but the core is under fire. Korea make it all the way to the TCL Chinese Theater next weekend.
North America are going home in the quarterfinals of the Arena of Valor World Cup.
You can see there, Korea, it's just another day at the office. They're able to pick up a clean 3-0 sweep, almost 2 perfect games in that series, TJ. But for North America, see Rest there already out of his chair, going for the handshake, having a smile on his face. North America, they gotta be happy they were the ones to at least make it out of groups.
Yes, I mean, it cannot be highlighted enough. North America are one of the regions that had the least time in the game. To do this well, to succeed, to get this far is absolutely worth celebrating. Korea, though, I don't want to take anything away from them. That was insane.
And just dominating, to say the very least, as we take a look at the stats. You can see there, Korea, they don't even need to go for the fights. 8 kills, but they were so far ahead, TJ, just with the objectives.
Yeah, I mean, let's take a look at the
Hawk.
damage dealt. I'm actually yes, Hawk, but I'm actually most excited by Chaser. Look at how much of his damage taken, or how much of the team's damage taken that was distributed onto him and Hawk combined. That's actually really cool. The reason Hawk's damage taken is so high is because he keeps resetting with super speed, so it almost doesn't count. He dives in, takes most of his HP, and bails. For the Arduin, I never saw him get low. So to me, that's a sign of exactly how built the Arduin is.
You saw North America. KO was able to find themselves a double kill early. But then from there, it just felt like North America, they wouldn't contest any objectives and they kept getting caught.
Beautifully done by Korea to shut down, and this was a beautiful team fight as well. The flank coming out, NA could have held that mid-tower. It was the flank that ended the game. Korea, we highlighted them in our notes as master tacticians, and they were here today, shutting down the North American backline, and then eventually this game out farming it so hard.
Oh yeah.
Q had nothing he could do. You could see him just dumping as much damage as he could and being deleted. Same goes for Sleepy.
And same goes for the core. 3 times North America fell here in the quarterfinals. But hey, you were able to make it all the way to the AWC. You gotta be feeling happy if you're this team and this organization. Let's take a quick look at our post-game breakdown. Of course, last game was the longest. Korea, though, it seems that 9-minute mark, that's when they decide to hit the go button and go for the end of the game.
Beautifully done by them. Again and again, they just farm up the jungle, they build themselves so far ahead that they don't even need to take fights the early game, and they just turn on. They're like, oh, okay, we've got a 3,000 gold lead on every individual member, we can just power through them.
Well, guys, for Korea, they're gonna be feeling pretty happy with their performance as they move on into our semifinals next weekend. We're gonna go ahead, throw it on over to Matt on stage for a quick interview.
Yeah, thanks, Opal. They do indeed look very happy. Chaser here with me. Big smile on your face, Chaser. That was incredible. That was terrifying. And that was fast. How did they manage to get it done like that?
어떻게 그렇게 하셨나요?
적을 잘 알고 적을 저희가 방심하지 말고 열심히 했던 게 아닐까 싶어요.
We knew our enemies very well, and we did not want to get arrogant, so we prevented that, and we worked very hard. So I'm assuming that that's the reason why.
Didn't want to get arrogant. That's interesting. Explore that for me.
싶지 않았다고요? 방심하고 싶지 않았다고요? 무슨 말이죠?
그냥 미국은 저희가 이제 잘 알지, 왜냐면 미국은 이제 게임이 나온 지 별로 안 됐잖아요. 그래서 이제 정보도 별로 없고, 그런데 이제 저쪽은 그래도 저희가 그래도 그냥 그냥 방심하지 않고 싶었고, 저희는 그냥 다 열심히 하자고 해서 열심히 했습니다. 네.
So since the game had not come out for too long in America, we did not have too much information to work with. Now, with that being said, we tried to get as much information as possible, and because of that, we did not want to get arrogant and therefore tried as hard as possible, and that's how we got our result.
You did not cut them any slack at all. North America managed to get 3 kills in total in that series. So clearly, Korea have done their preparation. How excited are they to be walking out onto the TCL Chinese Theatre next week for our semi-finals?
다음 주에 8강전으로 진출하는데 얼마나 기쁘신지 들어보고 싶습니다.
네, 저희가 ARC 때는 이제 8강에 탈락을 했는데 그래도 이번에 4강에 올라가서 정말 기분이 너무 좋습니다, 지금.
So before in the AIC tournament, we got knocked down in the round of 8, and so now that we're moving up to the round of 4, we are very, very happy.
We are excited to see what Korea can do as well. That, again, terrifying performance sends North America out of their home tournament. Congratulations, Korea. Commiserations to North America. They're not going to be joining us on stage at the TCL Chinese Theatre. They got out of the groups, but the quarterfinals is where they leave the AWC. So 2 of our semi-finalists are determined. Tomorrow, we'll do our other 2 quarterfinals and we'll find out who the other 2 teams are who are going to join them in Hollywood. Let's go back, though, to our casters and sum up the first day of quarterfinals that we've had here live from Los Angeles.